Hello family, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are watching for the first time, welcome. Please like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and also hit the notification bell so you're the first person to know when the next video is out. And for those of you who are returning subscribers, welcome back. So as promised, I have decided I will be talking a little bit about business and the program that I was a part of last year. So just to give you a background, this is what the organization is and the program that I was a part of.
So basically, AWEEF is a women economic empowerment organization that supports women entrepreneurs in Africa to grow their business and fulfill their potential. And then basically the AWE program supports the growth of women entrepreneurs by equipping them with the practical skills, resources, mentorship, and networks needed to create sustainable businesses and enterprises. And the program is centered around Dream Builder, which is an online training platform for women's entrepreneurship.
So what I did was I saw a call for applications on Instagram from the AWEEF organization, and I thought, let me just take a look in terms of what they do, what it is, where they are, etc. And I applied, guys, for this program, and then so then I got a response to say, please submit a 1 minute long video telling us about your business, yourself, where you are, etc. And then I answered, guys, and it was done in such a rush. And when I think about the quality of that video, it was bad. But again, I tumela and I forgot about it. Got Ketelwa to some weeks. And then lo and behold, so structure sala program, it was 16 weeks with modules, as in why you're on a weekly basis. There were some master classes, and then we had networking sessions with other ladies from other cohorts. So I think there were 4 or 5 cohorts. So there was Joburg, Pretoria, Cape Town, Durban, and I think Bloemfontein. So there were, I think, 25 women from each cohort, but sasidibana per city. Sasingadibani sonke oko. I think we met 3 times with the other ladies. By the way, this was done virtually, so we would meet weekly for about 3 hours per session, and then kubeko the master classes in between. But the master classes were done every other week. It wasn't done weekly nayo. So with each week we dealt with a different topic, and we would discuss the topic. We would get into detail ngayo with our mentors, and from that particular experience, we learned a lot of topics, guys. It was a business, and we also spoke about it was personal that could affect business yako. We also spoke about the challenges of being an entrepreneur, challenges kwabanye who are working full-time and also running their businesses, challenges as that we face. So from this program, the different modules, this is on a platform called Dream Builder, and on Dream Builder, it also helps you to write up a business plan. So as you complete the modules, you complete parts of the business plan. So by the time this you would have been able to complete your business plan as well. It was also very eye-opening to get into so much detail about all aspects of your business, and ndifunde quite a lot of things from that. So the key takeaways from the experience for me, number 1, you need to be able to answer a question about what does your business do, and what challenge or what problem is your business solving. Because sometimes we go into business ikhona into ebhadlileyo esizoyenza, but ultimately at the end of the day there's no plan, there's no solution wenza nje. So it's very important to sort of have a solution for lento ufuna uyisolve in your market or in the space that you want to operate in. Number 2, it helped me personally ubana ndikwazi kuba structure. So structure is knowing what you are doing from Monday to Friday or on the days that you decide to work, because that will help you to have a routine that you can stick to, that you can alter. But ultimately you want to be able to work knowing on a particular day, this is what I do. On a Wednesday, I go to suppliers. On a Thursday, I do this. Fridays, I take breaks in between. It helps you to create structure or to refine the existing structures that you have within your own business. Number 3, networking. So I learned to network. I learned to speak to other people about my business, to find out also what other people do, to sort of place myself I can learn 1, 2, and 3 from this person. I can consult with this person and get this particular information. So there were women from different industries, others media, others agriculture, abanye in the science space. So regardless of the industry the other women were in, there was a lot of value in learning from all of them. For example, abanye sisafonelana, I still call to get guidance and assistance kwezinye izinto. Abanye, we are friends as a result from that, and I still refer abantu from that program to other people for izinto that they need for business. So networking was also quite a good takeaway from that particular experience. And then the 4th takeaway, which was pitching for funding. So towards the end, we worked on pitching for the funding. So every single person got an opportunity to pitch, to talk about their business. And this was obviously in front of a panel, and questions were asked after doing your pitch. And even that is a valuable skill, being able to say what your business does, to say, I need X amount of money, and this is what I will be doing with the money, and this is the return on investment you will get, or this is how the money will be spent in order to benefit this particular business. So those are the 4 things that I got from the program, and I would definitely encourage any person who wants to get into a business or who already has a business that exists, that they apply. I know for this year applications have closed, but I would definitely recommend that anyone who wants to get into business or who has an idea or who has a business already, that they apply, because abanye, I remember their businesses were at ideation stage, and by the time we had completed the program, they had registered their businesses and had started trading basically. So it's great in the sense that noba awukayirejistarisha business yakho, or you are still working on refining the idea, refining what it is that you want to do, that you can also apply. And you can be anywhere, I guess, and then for example, I'm all the way in East London, but I was part of the Johannesburg cohort, so the majority of the ladies in the group were from Joburg, and then I was in East London. So a lot of the things in this Fundileo Pan I'm able to implement into my business. Like it also depends on the kind of person you are. Now, personally, I won't take yonke into and just try and implement it. You need to tailor it, obviously, to the kind of business that you have, how it will benefit your business, etc. So, as izinto, they're still hanging, but I know that at some point they will come in handy. And that is the whole point of getting into one of these programs. So I think another thing information is that when you apply for these different programs, banayo outlook on what it is that you want to achieve. Because sometimes I know a lot of people apply and they get accepted into all these programs, but you find that they're all similar programs. So be able to say, I want to get this particular thing from this program. So for example, I got a business plan and I was able to network. And for me, those are very important things, especially when you are a self-employed person. A lot of people or you are not able to reach out or to talk to other people, to consult with abanye abantu. And being on that platform exposed me to a lot of people in different industries and information that will come in handy even in future. And yeah, so I would definitely encourage anyone who wants to apply for that particular program. And I also want to say, Bana, for my business in particular, I have learned one very, very, very big thing for my business is that I learned to have a structure. I didn't have a structure before. I didn't have a way of doing things that was set. And I think that's where a mistake was, to not have a plan. And I'm glad that I have been able now to say, this is the plan that I have for my business. This is what I do on the days that I work. So for example, on Mondays, I deal with admin. So calls, emails, follow-ups, updating my calendar, yonke londo. And it's not necessarily to say I work from 8 to 5, but for the hours that I'm engaged in, this is what I do. So if I say today I'll be working for 3 hours, the 3 hours will be spent on doing admin, and this is the admin that I will be doing. On Tuesday, let's do Masitike. We are dealing with the money, following up on payments that need to be received from clients, payments that need to be done to suppliers, invoices that need to be followed up on, e-reports, cash flow statements, endorse budgets, forecasts, and all of that. And then on Wednesdays, marketing. So read up on what's happening in your space, social media, ways to improve your presence, ways to improve how you engage with people on social media. And then for Thursdays, my city, I bake, so I know for the majority of the day, I'll be baking, I'll be going to suppliers to check on izinto, etc. So you need to have a plan for how you run your business, basically. And very important also, take time off. You need to rest. You need time off, guys. And what I decided to do was to have my personal phone and then Kubeko e-phone where I take inquiries for business. And that is teaching me to create boundaries. Uba, I say WhatsApp, uba business times is from 9 until 4. After 4, I can't say pendula that is business related unless it's an emergency. So you need to be able to create boundaries as well for yourself, to say on a particular day, on a particular day, I'm not going on social media. On a particular day, I'm not doing anything work related, because you need to pour from a cup that is full, basically. Even in your business, you can't just keep pouring and pouring and pouring ube empty, So those are some of the things that I learned, that structure creates routine that you can stick to, a routine that you can also fix and adjust, ube flexible now. So it's not to say that on Mondays, just because I'm sending admin for 3 hours, that I can't now go and do other things. Because ngabantu, guys, we've got things to do. If you need to go to the bank, go to the bank. If you need to see a friend, but uhlalo yazi ba I have structure. I know that noba ndile to go do breakfast with a friend, noba I go on a date with my partner or whoever, that I need to know about those 3 hours I'm dedicating to my business. And then the other challenge that I had was social media usage. Learning how to use social media for my business, because now I still struggle, but I'm learning as I go. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I stalk a lot of other pages that do this brilliantly, so that so I learn a lot from a range of people. I learn a lot, even abantu who don't even know, but I'm learning from them. And I guess that's the beauty of having so much information at your disposal just from using a cell phone, So that is essentially what I wanted us to talk about. And I'm still learning, and I still reach out to a number of people, even nabantu who are doing the same things as me. I reach out to them, and even though busy competitors, it's not to say you cannot have a relationship with babantu in your industry, in your space as peers, because you don't operate in isolation. And I think but if I can't commit to doing something, I'll always refer them to someone else, and that works beautifully because we are creating relationships within the industry. And information I always share, and I think it will go a long way in the long run, and things change, things evolve, and you can't just be greedy ngezinto that you don't need to be greedy about, So that's just a little bit of this and a little bit of that I've learned with business. I'm still learning the same guys in the industry. I mean, what? My business is still very young. And I believe that, guys, if something doesn't work for you at a particular phase ebomini, whether it's your career emsebenzini, where you work a full-time job, whether you work for yourself, chinja. If you are working somewhere alcohol happy, and obviously there are other variables that come into play with the decisions that you need to take. If you feel you want to change umsebenzi, mchinje. Ufuna ubuyela esikolweni, ye esikolweni. Ufuna utshintsha le nto uyifundayo esikolweni, change it, because the beauty of life is that it works out at the end. Noba ke it takes 5-10 years, it works out. And don't sit ube miserable, especially when you feel about something you can't let go of this thought. You want to start your business, do it. Start it unofficially ekuqaleni, and then as time goes uzawuzenza izinto zibe official. You'll have a name, you'll have a business page, you'll have a website. Izinto zihamba nge-process, guys. Awuveske nje ufike u-arrive uqonde, yeah, I've made it. But that's just my take on things, and now I'm learning. And if one day I decide I want to do something else, I'm going to do it. I will literally do it. And that is how I view things. You can change your mind, you can change the course of the world is your oyster, So let me know in the comments, how are you guys running your businesses? How is work going? Are you happy with where you're working? Are there things you're not happy about? But busy guys organization and let's just have a conversation. And I want to hear from nabanye abantu who are entrepreneurs. What challenges are you facing? What's working for you? What advice would you give someone else? okwi business, or maybe even in an industry that okuyo wena. Yeah, so I hope this was somewhat informative or whatever, guys. Yeah, so these are just thoughts and things that I've learned along the way. There's still lots more to learn as we go. And yeah, I look forward to hearing from you guys. Please let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you're the first person to know when the next video is out. And until next time, goodbye.